Hello, Grapperinos, and welcome to another exciting episode of Probably Next Week on Smackdown. I'm Bryon, and I'm once again joined by Kate Wilson hater, Mike. Say hi, Mike.
I'm not a Kit Wilson hater though. I just hate his song. I know everybody thinks it's so catchy.
It is, man. Tap in the groove. That's the lyrics, right?
The old Pretty Deadly theme song was better.
oh, you know what? Actually, you might be right there. Pretty Deadly, man. I cannot wait for when Elton Prince comes back because I wonder how they would figure out how to get Pretty Deadly together again.
If
It
if he
would
ever
be
comes back, if he ever
if
comes
he
back.
does, yeah. Speaking of not coming back, we got Tommaso Ciampa. Not he's not coming back, and
Nope.
that's not great. Johnny
Nope, he
Gargano
is
is
not.
now going to be solo, flying solo, unless they pair him with another person. Who that person might be, I have no idea, but I would love to see them try and justify. Maybe someone from the MFT. I heard Tamatonga is looking for a new partner, although Shinsuke might have covered him there. I don't know. I don't know where Johnny goes. Maybe he goes to the jobber phase of his career, where he has to job to the new NXT folk like Obafemi, which is kind of a stark reality, but or might be. I don't know, but it is quite uncertain. But what isn't uncertain is that on this show, as always, we talk about SmackDown, in particular, what is going to happen on the next episode of SmackDown through a process we like to call booking and predictions. And we do those things according to these set of rules we have imposed upon ourselves. And then we tell you what we think will happen through booking the show from beginning to end. And after that, we will watch the next episode of SmackDown as it airs, and we will score our predictions and bookings based on this scoring system. And we will basically come back here and tell you what we got from last week. Yeah, that's it. That's the show. So let's head into our scores. I got a huge amount of points here, and that's mainly because of the Wyatt Sicks appearance, but I also got Lash Legend, Alexa Bliss, and Drew McIntyre, as well as wins from Randy Orton, Damian Priest, Trick Williams, and Sami Zayn. I think I got all four of the predicted matches correctly when it comes to the winner. Excuse me. And then, of course, I predicted that Jordan Grace versus Chelsea Green was going to happen, and that Jordan Grace wins. And wouldn't you know it, Road Dogg, in his good old binding wisdom, decided to let it happen as predicted. So that is part of the points for that. Mike, what'd you get?
I got 11 points. I got half of the scheduled matches right, and I got most of my points from those. Uh, as well, let me see here, as well as predicting Drew McIntyre's promo in the beginning.
All right.
So
Great. And of course, we are booking the go home show, the Saturday night's main event. Saturday night's main event is on Saturday, this Saturday. So we are heading into that, and then the Royal Rumble is the week after Saturday night's main event. So it's going to be hot for the WWE, at least for the next 2 weekends. Hopefully, we'll see. So let's go into what is announced for that show. We have Nia Jax taking on, well, other tag teams in the women's tag team division over there, along with her tag team partner, Lash Legend. They take on Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, as well as Julia and Kiana James, in a number one contenders match for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Wyatt Sicks taking on the MFT for the WWE Tag Team Championship, which I think is a rematch, but whatever. And then we have Trick Williams versus Damian Priest. So, without further ado, let's book this thing get to my version of the show first as Randy Orton heads to the ring. Randy Orton talks about the upcoming Saturday Night's main event match between him and 3 other men. He says that he will RKO all of them and be the next one to challenge Drew McIntyre and get that number 15 on that world title shenanigans, I guess. He is then interrupted by Trick Williams and then Damien and then Sammy with their own cases for why they should win the match. And basically, it's just like, I deserve to challenge Drew McIntyre because, well, for Damien, it's like, I I won the feud against Alistair, so I guess I deserve it. And Trick Williams is like, yo, I'm new, I'm fresh, I should be getting that because I deserve that because I'm new. And Sammy's like, yo, I love Saudi Arabia. Give it to me, bro. And that's their cases basically, and that all leads to a brawl. And I'm gonna have Sammy seemingly on top of the brawl as the segment closes because I think either Sammy or Randy is winning that match. And as for who I really think is going to win that match, I will talk about it in the main event. So there. Moving on, Nathan Frazier takes on Johnny Gargano because of the terrible, terrible news that Tommaso Ciampa is leaving the WWE. I am going to have Nathan Frazier win by pinfall. I'm not sure where they go from here. Maybe they should pivot to another tag team feud in the division. Like, I don't know, the Motor City Machine Guns, what is it? Maybe the MFT, involving them in that too, maybe. Get some stuff from not DIY. DIY is no longer a tag team. I don't know. Smack Team has a lot of tag teams. You should take advantage of that, Road Dogg. But anyway, Nathan Frazier wins, and Johnny Gargano moves on to, as I said earlier, maybe jobbing for people like Obafemi. Oh well. Such is the life. But we'll move on from that terrible news to very good news because I have Carmelo Hayes taking on Say His Name and He Appears, Joe Hendry. Now, you might be asking, why Joe Hendry? First of all, we had a TNA upstart by the name of Leon Slater last week when they were there in the UK, although that's probably because he was from the UK, but whatever. This time, I think they will pull in another TNA star into the midst to advertise the whole, TNA is on AMC now. We gotta put these TNA guys on WWE television to let people know that they are in the business of cable television. So I guess we have Joe Hendry now challenging Carmelo Hayes for the US Championship, and as always, Carmelo Hayes wins by pinfall. After the match, Tama Tonga comes out and attacks Carmelo Hayes, which will set up the other match at Saturday Night's main event, the one that hasn't been booked yet, but I'm pretty sure it will happen, maybe. We'll see. Carmelo Hayes versus Tama Tonga for the US Championship. Why not, I guess? I think it's got some storyline implications there, what with the whole Shinsuke Nakamura and Tama Tonga and Carmelo Hayes. I think it'll happen at Saturday Night's main event instead of Smackdown, but yeah. We'll move on, and by the way, Carmelo wins that, obviously. We'll move on to Matt Cardona versus Kit Wilson because Kit Wilson beat up Matt Cardona several times now. That we'll have this match. Before the match, Kit Wilson comes out and he talks about how toxic Matt Cardona is. Matt Cardona then comes out and responds saying that Kit Wilson is more toxic than him because of how much he attacks him week after week. He cannot stand this posturing from a toxic male like Kit Wilson. So we have this match, and I'm going to have Matt Cardona win due to 50-50 booking. Yeah, I know this is going to, I guess, jeopardize Kit Wilson a bit, but I think Matt Cardona is going to win here because it will add to their feud. And, well, we'll have a tiebreaker there, and we'll have Kit Wilson win there. So, there you go. I think Kit Wilson, they're going to push him with his AI theme song and possibly AI Titantron. They are going to push him. And I don't know. I think that's a good thing, but it's definitely going to jeopardize Matt Cardona, especially with him coming back. It's definitely gonna take the momentum off of him. But what can you do, I suppose? We'll move on to the Women's Tag Team Championship and number one contender triple threat match. Say that 3 times fast. It's Nia Jax, Lash Legend taking on Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, and Julia and Kiana James. I will have Nia Jax and Lash Legend win by pinfall after a distraction from Alba Fire on Julia and Kiana James because they seemingly still have that rivalry. So, and by they, of course, I mean Chelsea Green and Alba Fire, so might as well go there. After the match, Alba Fire brawls with Julia and Kiana James while Nia Jax and Lash Legend continue to beat up Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And as for Chelsea Green, well, I do have something in place for her on the show, but it is not this. So we will then move on to Jacob Fatu getting a promo. He explains his actions the past few weeks. He said that Cody or Drew are to blame for casting him off of the title picture, but he thinks that Cody is actually the one that took him out prior to the match. He says that he will beat some sense into Cody at Saturday Night's Main Event. He will know why he is less deserving of it than Jacob. And he is then interrupted by Cody, who says that he did not attack Jacob, and that whatever situation of Delulu, regardless of his involvement, that Jacob Fatu is on, he apologizes for it. But at Saturday Night's Main Event, he is going to make sure that Jacob wishes he didn't attack Cody, costing him the title. We will then have a brawl. Jacob Fatu is on top because I think Cody wins at Saturday Night's Main Event. I pretty much think that's an eventuality. And Cody can move on to maybe the Royal Rumble and try to get back that opportunity to challenge Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. And possibly get to Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, which is probably what they want, but hopefully they don't get there. So, there you go. Wyatt Sicks take on the MFT for the Tag Team Championship, and I am going to have the MFT win by pinfall, and I do hope this feud is over, and that the Wyatt Sicks go over to Raw, because I don't think SmackDown needs them anymore. So, there you go. So yeah, the MFT will establish themselves as the dominant faction on SmackDown. The Wyatt Sicks can go over to Raw and kind of upend the status quo a bit over there, make it more interesting, because Raw certainly needs something interesting. But yeah, I think MFT wins this overall. And yeah, there you go. Moving on, Chelsea Green and Jade Cargill take on Jordynne Grace and Michin. This is that other match that I have in place for... Or sorry, this is the match that I have in place for Chelsea Green on this show. I will have Jade Cargill and Chelsea Green win, with Jade Cargill rolling up Michin while staring at Jordynne Grace. So that, you know, we get some tension in between Jordynne and Jade as they head for their possible title match. After the match, Jade raises her title at Jordynne, pushes her a bit, and leaves. Chelsea attacks Jordynne on behalf of Jade, but ends up attacking Michin instead. Yes, we will have that motif running like last week, because why not? And I think we'll add some more rivalries for that Women's US Championship, with Michin being slotted in there with BFAB, I guess, while Jade Cargill takes care of Jordynne Grace. So there you go. Main event, Damian Priest takes on Trick Williams. I will have Damian Priest win because of a distraction from Sami Zayn. After the match, Sami Zayn attacks Trick, gets pushed by Damian. All 3 men brawl. Sami comes out on top. but gets RKO'd by Randy Orton from behind to close out the show with an RKO out of nowhere. I will have Randy Orton win the match at Saturday Night's Main Event. And yeah, I think he will be the one to challenge Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble. And I think I will have Drew McIntyre win that match. I'm not sure how, but I will have Drew win that match at the Royal Rumble. And yeah, there you go. Questions?
So I don't know. Wait, I have a legitimate question actually. Didn't
Yeah?
the Judgment Day have the number one contendership for the women's tag team titles?
I think so? I'm not quite sure. This whole situation is kind of confusing. Because over on Raw, yes. So they, I think it's them going up against Rio, and they're going to fight at Saturday Night's Main Event for the tag team titles for the women. I guess is what you're asking. And then
No, because
this match,
apparently there's a number one contendership match booked, or there was. And I'm just confused as to I thought the Judgment Day had that at some point.
you mean a Saturday Night's Main Event is a number one contendership match? I think that's a championship. Oh,
No, I think it was for the SmackDown.
I guess they want to go ahead because what I understood was that the Rio is taking on the Judgment Day at Saturday Night's Main Event, which is a championship match. This match, the number one contendership match, is for what comes after them. I guess they're probably gonna do it at the Royal Rumble or the Go Home Show. I'm not quite sure, but that's after the Saturday Night's Main Event deal. So whoever is after,
okay. So
yeah.
it's essentially the number two contender, I guess, but it's not really.
I guess I don't know,
Okay.
man.
Oh, okay, all right. I was confused, but now I'm less confused.
How less confused are you? Like 5%?
I'm like 50% less confused, but I guess this makes sense.
Yeah. I again, they're focusing on the women's tag team division for some reason. This is kind of they want to get ahead, so F it, why not? I mean, for the US Championship, it's just like whatever, let's throw in someone there, I guess. So they're not even doing a lot of booking. Or maybe, Mike, maybe it's the AI that's doing it. I don't know. But it could be that too. Any other questions?
No, I'm ready for my card.
All right, let's move on to your card then. Starting off with
I have a Randy Orton promo. So this is your typical four-way contendership promo where every one of the contenders comes out and states their case, like you said, as to why they should win. And then there's a brawl after the everybody speaks, and this leads into the next match. But I think Randy is pretty much a lock for this win, unless they want to do some shock value win for like Sami Zayn or Trick Williams or something.
what do you mean by shock value?
Like something that is unexpected that they just put in there to make it seem interesting.
Oh,
Rather than going with the tried and true method of booking the obvious winner here.
yeah. I don't know. They could probably do a spot where Carmelo Hayes. Wait, Carmelo Hayes? Yes. No, not Carmelo Hayes. I keep forgetting the four people that are going to be at Saturday Night's Main Event. Sami Zayn trying a haluva kick out of nowhere, I guess, or yeah, could be a possibility for sure. Who do you actually think wins? I guess Randy Orton, right?
Yeah,
All right,
definitely
fair
think Randy
enough.
Orton wins this one. Yes.
Okay, and
I mean, he
I'm
was in
guessing,
Saudi
yeah.
Arabia for like 2 months, man. Of course they love him.
True, but can the love of Saudi Arabia sustain Drew McIntyre maintaining his rule as a WWE champion? Do you think the love of Saudi is enough for the company to
See,
give it to Randy?
I don't think Drew ends up dropping the title before WrestleMania.
Oh, you're gonna have him drop before? Interesting.
No, I don't, I don't think he does. I think he keeps
Oh,
it
right.
going into WrestleMania. Yeah.
Okay. So you'll have him drop at WrestleMania against possibly Cody or some other guy,
Yeah,
I
let's be
guess.
real. It's going to be Cody Rhodes. Yeah.
You're already damn. I mean, it could be some other guy. Who knows? But yeah, let's
You could have a
face it,
double
it's
heel
probably
turn, honestly. You could have a double heel turn, but that would be kind of, I mean, you could have a double heel turn and then have two heels with the titles, because I'm assuming Braun probably gets the title after WrestleMania as well by taking it from CM Punk. So, or maybe he takes it beforehand. Who knows? But
yeah.
uh, I think that the second time around they probably want Cody to be a heel, so I think Cody wins. Think just thanks to like some heelish tactic, and then Drew can go off. He can be a heel again if he wants to, but he can probably
Yeah.
turn face.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah. I and put the Creed brothers on there for reasons, but
yeah.
yeah, I I do think a double heel turn is. I mean, last year's WrestleMania, they were sort of planning Cody, or sorry, Cena to turn heel, and but instead they sort of moved it up to Elimination Chamber, which is how you got that moment. But yeah, I do think that they want to sort of just run that back a little bit and go back to their original plan. So I think Cody turning heel works there. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens anyway. So anyway, we'll move on from that to
Damian Priest versus Trick Williams. I think Trick wins this one via pinfall thanks to the brawl earlier. Um, and yeah, I think that this puts over Trick. Maybe starts a feud between Damian and Trick Williams, but this is making it pretty obvious that Trick is not winning tomorrow on Saturday. So
yeah, just put a spotlight on the younger guy, I guess. Yeah. All right. Not much to say here or ask here, I guess. We'll move on then to
a U.S. title open challenge. This is Carmelo Hayes taking on Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga had a interaction last week with Shinsuke, telling him that his opportunity at the title was gone, and it was Tama Tonga's time now. It's Tonga time, and I think that the MFT try to intervene. One of the MFTs tries to interfere, or probably one of the two that are not involved in the fight tonight. But Shinsuke comes out and helps fight them off, and Carmelo retains here.
your time is up and my time is now. That's what everyone is going to say this year, believe me. After John Cena's last match, everyone is going to repeat that ad infinitum because John Cena's gone. So, anyway, all right. You will have Shinsuke and Tama sort of get the title here, I suppose. Or sorry, despite that. Okay. Who do you think is next, I guess?
I assume they're probably going to give it back to Shinsuke. I think.
Okay. With Tama Tonga's help, I assume.
No. Shinsuke is a good guy, man. So
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
yes. So I think they give it back to Shinsuke maybe like at the Rumble or something. I don't know.
You are advocating for Tama Tonga's face turn? Is that what we're calling it? A
What?
face turn?
No, I'm saying that Tama Tonga comes out
Yeah.
and the MFTs try to interfere, but Shinsuke helps
Oh,
Carmelo. Yes.
okay. Okay, so
because
he's kind of
Tama
turning on
Tonga.
Tama. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, because I think Shinsuke is face right now.
Yeah.
So
Even though he
any
was a
because
heel last year, but
he
whatever.
was, but I'm pretty sure he's a face now. Um, because he helped Sami Zayn in that that fight against the MFTs. But
Right.
they had an interaction last week where Tama Tonga said something to Shinsuke, and then Shinsuke spoke anime back to him. So I think started a small
Is that what we call
interaction between the two. Yes.
it? Nani. Okay, so fair enough. Do you think this is going to be a tag team, Tama and Shinsuke, based on what you're proposing, I guess, or what you're thinking? Or do
I think if I mean it's a little early for the MFTs to break up, honestly.
you,
But I could see Tama splitting off, possibly. So I know they've hinted at like Tama knowing Japanese and then Shinsuke also knowing Japanese. So, but I still think it's a little bit too early for the MFTs to break up. So I don't know.
okay. What about Ilya? Do you see him being slotted back in for the US title picture?
He, yeah, yeah, I could see him being back in the rotation as well, possibly, or he moves over to Raw for whatever the fuck they're gonna do with the IC title. Because Dom is injured and they haven't said anything about it at all. So I
Oh,
don't know what they're gonna do with it.
we will talk about the Dom situation over on Raw. But yeah, it's definitely going to be very interesting to see how
But
they
is Dom hurt worse than we think he is?
um they could possibly just bring him out and just say, I'm relinquishing the title because I'm injured. Although I think I saw like a AAA promo where he was saying stuff like, I am still the champion or whatever. So I guess he may not be as hurt as we thought he is, and that he might be back in like a week or two. So I mean, for God's sake, they didn't even strip the title off of Stephanie Vaquer because she was taken out for like 2 weeks, I guess, or three. They still have her out there. So
I know, but Dom hasn't defended the title since I think he got back. I don't think he's defended it since he got back.
no, well,
Yeah.
they'll probably have him on. I guess WWE doesn't want anyone to relinquish their title because of the amount of injuries that they have sustained, and it's obvious that injuries will wreck any storylines, and they don't want to pivot anymore. I'm guessing, so they're just gonna be like, okay, well, we'll just put the titles on you and keep it there until you're recovered because we don't want to risk any more relinquishing and any more. I think it's because of the feedback from last year where Seth got injured, and then you have the Vision turning on him. That was way too early, obviously, and now it's sort of like quickening everything because it costed Braun Breaker's supposed win against CM Punk. So I guess they don't want to take any titles off of any injured guys at this point because it would wreck any sort of storyline that they're trying to do, if that makes sense. So I think there will be a situation where Dom comes out and is like, yo, I'm relinquishing this title. I think they're just going to have him not appear or appear little, if at all, and just keep the title on him until he actually comes back and says, hey, I am back. Someone challenge me. And we could probably have Ilya on there and we'll have that match, or maybe other folks. So, well, that's what I think anyway. All right. I guess we'll move on from that too.
Jacob Fatu comes out to explain his actions against Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. He says he still doesn't know who attacked him. Cody comes from behind and attacks Jacob Fatu, and Cody officially makes their fight on Saturday a street fight.
Whoopee.
Yep.
Do you think Cody wins this match, or do you think that Jacob? You're gonna push Jacob, or what are you thinking
Um,
here?
I think Cody probably wins this feud because it's Cody Rhodes. So,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I could see them maybe turning Cody heel here, but I still think they're gonna wait till WrestleMania to do it. So
Yeah, I think they're kind of slow burning the Cody heel turn because Cody would like. I kind of noticed this. Cody is actually like absorbing the booze, and not like he does that previously, but the way he can absorb the booze and like he recognized that his title run has been getting a little predictable and all that stuff. It strikes to me that Cody is going to turn heel, or something interesting is going to come out of Cody being, I don't know, edgier? Not edgier, but just a bit meaner, I suppose. So, yeah, I do think Cody wins this one, but in the long term, I think it will have ramifications for his character, especially when it comes to his demeanor and behavior. But where would you put Jacob Fatu after this, though? Because we still have that plot where he was attacked by someone, and I know you said previously that they could have it be a you know no one did it, who cares kind of situation. But where would you slot Jacob Fatu next after Cody?
I think if they could drag it out and have him face Cody again after Cody turns heel, possibly. Maybe they reveal that Cody took him out. So like a Steve Austin situation where they like find out who did it and then he goes after him. So could be that.
Right.
I think he
So,
stays in the main title scene though, because I think he definitely is getting that kind of push.
okay, but you're saying that you'll reveal Cody as the attacker, right?
Yes, yeah, I can see that happening.
All right, fair enough. We'll move on from that then to
Johnny Gargano without Tommaso Ciampa versus Nathan Frazier without Axiom. This is because they had a confrontation backstage last week, and the match was booked for this week. I think Gargano wins by a pinfall because I think they're going to try to push Gargano into like the U.S. title picture. I think possibly.
oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. I you're saying that you'll have them. I'm assuming. Okay, you have the tag team titles up next. I guess I'll reserve the question there. Okay, where do you think Johnny goes? Honestly, I don't even know because Tommaso is
I think
leaving.
I think he
Is he
goes
a
to the U.S.
jobber?
title scene.
Okay,
No,
yeah,
I think he goes to the U.S. title scene.
yeah, fair enough. All right, we'll move on then to
The tag team title match between the MFTs and the Wyatt Six. I think that the MFTs finally fucking win this damn thing. I thought it was going to be a tag team match, but I guess at this point, they want to get this over with. So I think what happens here is the MFTs win this one via pinfall thanks to Solo using the lantern and also breaking it in the process. So they win the titles, and then this is not over. I think what happens is there is a tornado tag team match booked for the Rumble, and that is sort of the blow off for this feud. And I think that probably the MFTs retain, and then the Wyatt Six can go off to Raw or something.
nice the lantern, the source of their magical power, I suppose. So, do you think the Wyatt Six will get a new lantern?
I think what probably happens is that the tornado tag team match is for like the championship. But what happens is the Wyatt Six recover the lantern, and then they're just like, yeah, we're gonna bounce, and then they lose, and then that's it. That they at least have some modicum of success in their mission, but the MFTs retain, and they can go off to Raw. So
Nice. Wonderful. What a great ending for this fucking feud. Yeah. This feud needs to be over, honestly. But we'll move on then to the main event, which is
the number one contendership match for the Women's Tag Team Championship, or actually, I should say the number two contendership match, because we already have number one contenders. This is a stupid fucking nomenclature. Anyway, I think that Nia Jax and Lash Legend win this one. They've been pushing them for a little bit. I don't think Julia and Kiana James win it at all because they're in jobber status, even though Julia is a champion. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair have already won it, so I think it's going to be Nia and Legend that end up winning this one.
okay.
So.
Do you see any intervention from Chelsea or I said Kiana again? God damn it! Fucking Alba Fire. Do you see any intervention from those two?
Possibly, but I didn't know where to put them. So I think you're right. I think they might have something with Jade this week, but
yeah,
I like to do like opposite weeks. So like they'll do it one week and then take a break next week and then do it the other week after the week after. So
yeah,
that tends to be the pattern sometimes.
yeah. Who knows? Maybe Road Dogg will put in the the woman that you don't mention this week, and then next week you'll be like, I think they are going to appear here, and they do not appear. So there you go. Okay. Do you think that Rio wins against Nia Jax? I think I've said this already, but do you think they'll win against Nia and Lash here? If Nia and Jax, Nia and Lash win, do you think Nia and Lash get the titles, or would you keep it on Rio?
I would probably have Nia and Lash win. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Because you want a heel to build up another face, I guess.
And to make it more competitive, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and to make it more competitive, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's about it, I guess. That's all we got. And as I said earlier, we will watch the next episode of Smackdown as it drops, and we will watch it. We will score our predictions and bookings based on what I presented earlier. And we'll come back here and we'll tell you what we got. So until then, thank you for ordering a blue cheese pizza called probably next week on SmackDown from Grapperinos. And remember, if you're down for some fresh, oven-baked, crispy wrestling content, stop by Grapperinos and order yourself some content you can grapple with. See you next time, Grapperinos!